and Zoning Commission for the Village of Vernon Hills, and we need to start with a roll call, please.
Chairman Morris,
Yes.
Commissioner Hesner,
Here.
Mulcrone,
Here.
Heidner,
Here.
and Commissioner Cotton gave prior notice that she would not be in attendance.
Okay, so we have a quorum. First thing on our agenda this evening is a public hearing, case 2022-10, being an application requesting pursuant to the Code of Ordinances of Vernon Hills, certain variations relating to floor area ratio and rear yard setback on the property located at 15 Warrington Road. Who's going to speak on behalf of the petitioner this evening? I will be. Okay, you want to come forward then? Okay. We'd ask you to state your name for the record, please.
My name is Sam King. I'm an architect of record.
Okay, and Mr. King, we ask you to raise your right hand and swear or affirm that this testimony you're about to give before this commission of the Village of Vernon Hills shall be the truth.
Yes.
Okay, with that, you are on, sir.
Okay. So the petitioner, we're asking for a variation for the FAR and setback for a four-season room in the back of the house. And I could read the three criterias. Current maximum FAR and rear yard setback limits the size of the addition to be built in the rear of the house. Building a conforming 5-foot wide by width of the addition, which would yield the same square footage, would be more of a hallway than a desired sunroom the Diamonds are looking to enjoy. The proposed variation addition would be much more practical and functional space for the homeowners, with the structure being well integrated in line with the style of the existing home. The plight of the owner is due to unique circumstances are as follows. Number two.
I can help you out.
Yeah,
We already have as part of our
Okay.
record the application with the three criteria.
sure.
Okay.
So, the proposed plan is to add this sunroom in the back of the house. This red line here represents the current 30-foot setback requirement, but that would limit their addition to only about 8 feet depth at this location, and at approximately 6-foot depth at this location, which would be a very narrow addition for a four-season room. So we're proposing a variation to allow a 17.5 feet by 17-foot addition in the back for their four-season room. The FAR variation calculation shows we're approximately 4.7% over the requirement, almost 5%. So due to this existing lower level family room being a little over 50% out of the grade, it's counted towards the FAR and this on the lower level beneath the behind the garage. So because of that, we are slightly over FAR with the addition, and so those are the requests.
Okay, any questions for anyone? Scott?
I do have one question.
Yes.
And this is really a question with regards to the plan. Where is the light well to the basement for this house?
The existing light well, but there's a basement under this first floor here. The
Yeah.
light wells are on the side of the house.
It's on the side of the house?
Yes.
Is one deep? They both shallow?
I don't have that information for me. Let me check. We do have these old plans.
If they're both there, if there isn't one underneath the addition in any way, then you don't have to worry about answering my question.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah,
you could help
there
me.
is.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, there is a deep well.
Yeah.
It's facing out towards the back of the patio, on the patio.
It's facing out towards,
There's one here in the back of the
Yeah,
patio.
it's facing out.
It's on the
towards
plan,
back of the
Scott.
yard.
Right.
it's on the plan?
On the left-hand side, you can see it's kind of like a green outline at the corner of the kitchen.
Because
gonna be
the
covered.
green thing on the right of the addition is the condensing unit.
Right, there's two windows on the side if you look at the photograph.
I can't tell what that thing is
Yeah.
over there, Jeff.
It looks like to me there's a window well behind the kitchen where
Right
the
here?
LLD kitchen is. No, on the left-hand drawing.
Isn't this it?
See, I can't tell where it is.
Yeah. It looks like the new addition covers it. Is that
Right here.
correct?
Correct, there's a window well there
The new addition
also.
covers the deep,
Yes,
the deep well.
Right.
Well, okay, so that isn't necessarily something that we're going to cover for you, but when this comes in for a permit, the village is going to address egress from the basement, a secondary egress point
Sure.
from the basement. And so that deep well to the basement could come into question. I'm just saying to you that is going to be a concern for you to figure
sure,
out.
sure, I understand.
Okay.
Is there a basement under the addition?
No, there is not, there's no basement planned.
Anything else?
So they can have no emergency exit?
Correct, and that's a code issue, so that is gonna be something that the village during their review will address.
Correct.
Not for us.
Well,
Yeah, there are two windows on the side in the basement, but they don't meet egress currently.
does this cover it? In this? Is that a problem then, for us to approve of that?
We can make it a condition.
We gotta make it a condition, yeah. Okay,
It's more of a code issue.
so we're talking about the secondary.
Secondary
secondary
egress route from the basement.
Because right now you'd have to go up into the family room or out the garage to get out. And if there's a fire on the stair, you're trapped.
Right, correct.
Yeah.
Or, yes, correct.
Okay. So we'll make an additional condition. Anyone else? The only question I have for you is this, Mr. King.
Yes.
Is not the FAR, because it seems to be de minimis, and I'm not even sure that some of the below grade counts to FAR. My real question is this, is that by having the substantial reduction in the rear yard setback, how it compares to those that are surrounding it?
There are other houses, we've checked Google Map, and I believe I included in the submission here. There are several, at least a dozen homes I counted that has similar additions in the back.
But similar additions in the back that are proximate to this or in other places? Because clearly, this is it. If it's over here, they don't care.
The neighbor next door has an addition similar to this, coming out as, if you look at the area map. And there's a few other ones I pointed out on the exhibit.
But none adjacent, other than the one neighbor.
Correct.
Okay.
The neighbors are supportive, both neighbors.
Okay. Anybody else?
Was notice sent to all neighbors?
I believe we did 3 different notices to neighbors in this case. We had a hearing, we had to republish, and then we republished again. So we have
So
not,
what neighbors would have been covered by that?
I don't have the list in front of me, but it certainly would have covered the people directly next door.
Everybody adjoining?
Yes,
Okay.
It's probably 250 feet.
Yeah.
that's the norm, yes, minus the street.
Yep.
And we received no response?
That's correct,
Okay.
on any of the 3.
Okay. Anything else? Would you like to add anything?
No.
Okay. This is a public hearing, so we have to officially open it for public comment, if anyone wants to comment with respect to this. Okay. If not, we can close the public hearing portion of this commission meeting. And we have on this commission a motion to recommend approval. Therefore, it would be a motion to recommend approval of the following variations for the property located at 15 Warrington Road, which is to reduce the rear yard setback to 19.77 feet as distinct from the 30-foot required ordinance setback, and to increase or permit an increased floor area ratio of 0.38 as compared to 0.33, which is the maximum permitted under the ordinance, subject to the conditions of approval provided in the staff report and the additional condition of approval of a secondary egress from the basement to be determined at, I guess it's permitting? Okay.
We may want to add in the form of a deep
Oh,
window well.
Right. Okay, got that.
So that they don't think it's a stairway.
Right, yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll add that. If not, anything else in a second?
Second?
Okay. Any discussion? If not, we need a.
Can I
I'm
ask
sorry.
one more question?
Yes, of course.
Is there something under the floor of the addition? It seems like since you have stairs going down, obviously the
There'd be a
floor is
cl-
higher than
Yeah, there'll be an at-grade crawl space,
across.
yes.
And what is the access to that?
Most likely to the window well, and the existing window well
Oh,
from the basement,
okay.
yeah, so. That's the most practical location.
Okay. As far as comments, my only comment is that, once again, always with ZBA things, the property, number one, property cannot yield a reasonable use, and I would maintain that it already has a reasonable use. So I don't think that qualifies as a criteria for granting a variance, but I'll not vote against it because of that. I just think it's a flaw in the,
Illinois statute.
yeah.
And
It is what it is.
And honestly, I think we're gonna see more and more of this as our community develops and matures. I think this is gonna be necessary for specifically these neighborhoods where they are as the homes become more and more valuable in our community, especially with all the development that's going on in Vernon Hills. And this community is turning into a remarkable community with all the retail and all the amenities, the pools and the high school and everything. It's becoming a really remarkable place for people to live. And I think that for people to stay in the community comfortably and meet some of their goals, they're going to be putting additions onto these homes. They're going to be exceeding the FAR on these lots. And I think it's entirely appropriate, and I welcome people bringing in some architecture to these homes in this particular housing development.
Okay, anything else? Now, we need a roll call, please.
Commissioner Mulchrone?
Yes.
Hesner?
Yes.
Heidner?
Yes?
Chairman Morris?
Yes. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, next we have approval of the September 7, 2022 Planning and Zoning Commission minutes, which are in the back of our packet.
I have a change.
Change.
I'd like to say thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Yes, good luck.
Thank you so much, we appreciate it.
All right, good luck.
I just want to say, we're lifelong residents of Vernon Hills. We've been here since
The original
74.
owners.
Original owner, 74, and we were there in the first phase of building, so we've gone through and we've seen so much change, and it's just great to be a part of it. In fact, when we walked out our front door, we were able to see Hawthorne Shopping Center. Now we can't see anything.
Oh, wow.
Yep,
So it's, it's great to, to go, and this is like kind of like a dream of ours, that, we're both retired in the last few years, so this is kind of a dream for us to go ahead and be with family, grandkids and everything to, increase our footage and everything, so. We appreciate it
I'd
very
like to
much.
just add what this gentleman, Mr. Heisner, said, that we feel that we're adding value to the community, especially to our neighborhood, and that other people may follow suit, because we love this area and we want to stay here, and it means a lot to us, so thank you very much for your consideration.
well, thank you so
Thank you.
much for that. Thank you and good luck on this. Okay, thank
night.
you. All right, you would like to change what?
Yes, page 3, there's the motion at the top, and it indicates that I voted for the motion, Commissioner Hesner voted against it, and that this should be swapped. I voted against it, he voted for it.
Uh-huh. Okay, any other changes?
Nope.
Okay, then with that correction, we have a motion to recommend approval of the minutes as corrected.
So
in that
moved.
Statement.
So made.
Okay, second, anybody?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone against? Right, those are approved. Next, we have any development review, if there is any to have.
Just a couple of quick updates. A few of the items that were on the September 7th meeting that we just reviewed the minutes for. The Guidepost Montessori and Town Line Commons both made it through the committee of the whole at the last board meeting and are on the agenda plan for the October 6th board meeting for the final vote. We're also anticipating that Phase 2 of the Hawthorne development, the Carson site, will also be on that night, the October 6th. For planning and zoning, on the horizon, we have a public hearing published for October 12th, which is a Montessori school in the Atrium Complex. And then we have a public hearing for the steakhouse, which would be an amendment to the Hawthorne PUD at the southwest corner of Ring Road and Milwaukee. So that's the upcoming items for us.
Okay.
You have
That's
a
it for me.
public look.
Across from the Denny's, where the Denny's was?
South, yes. Correct.
So it's over by the Lowe's, or is it by?
Yes, by Lowe's or
It is
Mariano's
further south, so at Ring, Ring, I don't think I.
on Ring Road.
Yes.
No,
Wait, were we talking about
The
the
steakhouse.
we're
steakhouse?
talking about two different things
Steakhouse.
with it.
No, we're talking about the Montessori.
Oh, I was sorry, I was talking about the steakhouse.
No, no, Steakhouse is the first lot.
Yes.
On the north,
Correct.
right, yeah. And where's the Montessori then? I'm sorry.
It's in the Atrium development, a series of 3 connected buildings, just east of the skate park,
Right.
between the skate park and Deer Path.
Okay, got it. Okay. Anything else we need to know or should know?
No, that's it for me.
All right. If not, we have a motion to adjourn. We need a second.
Second.
All in favor of that?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you. Good night.